What it do? It's your boy, Sincere Be here with the comic book review. We're going to be reviewing The Scumbag by Image Comics. Now, when I do these reviews, I'll be doing them only on issue number one because I don't want to spoil the whole series. And I'm going to be leaving out a lot of dialogue. So I want you to still read these books because there's so much stuff into the dialogue. It's really good stories. So, but we could be scamming over this, and it will be spoilers in these reviews. But again, only for issue number one. All right, let's get into it. So again, this is The Scumbag. The world's fate rests in the worst person on it. I love the cover. It's probably one of my favorite covers that I received. I picked up so far. I like the best details. So it's so good. So the story takes place. This is about a guy named Ernie Ray Clementine. Well, Ernie is like the lowest of low, scummies of scummies. You know what I'm saying? He's like on every drug known to man. He probably have every known sexual disease you could think of. He's obnoxious. He's the kind of person that if you meet him in a club, maybe 20 seconds later, you probably hate his guts. You know, he's first with the waitresses. He doesn't shower. He smells. He's just that kind of guy. He just content being that way. He just doesn't care about himself or anything or anybody else. So he's in this club. There's a scene. This is how scum he is. There's a scene that he's talking to this lady. Apparently she's a prostitute. He knows she has multiple sexual diseases, but he just doesn't care. He's still trying to get with her and do what he do. That's just the kind of person he is. So, but what he's really in this club to look for is one of his friends. When we say friends, I mean drug dealer, Spanish Larry. And this club's like a low end club. You got drug dealers in there, you got prostitutes. It's just one of those kind of clubs where you'll find a person like Ernie in there. So he does find Spanish Larry, and he offered him some cash for some drugs, but apparently he's not enough cash. So he's saying he needs it fixed. He's sick. He said he has diarrhea, and he just doesn't feel good. He need these drugs, right? So he said, okay, fine. So he pulls out this wad full of change and said, look, change spends just as much as cash, right? So Larry like, whatever, man. Here, take the drugs. He gave him the drugs. Ernie takes the drugs, and he goes outside. Now he's outside lighting this up. He's cooking the drugs in the spoon, got the lighter, he's heating it up to get ready to be put into a needle so he can shoot it up. Now he's doing this while he's outside on the sidewalk. And remember, he has diarrhea. So now he's on the sidewalk. People are walking around him. People are taking pictures of him and video and staring at him. He's literally taking a poop while he's shooting up his drugs. So he starts shooting up. He takes a shot of it. He got some, and he's high right now. He drops the needle, and the needle still had more drugs in it. So he's like, oh no, my needle. And needle starts to roll down the sidewalk as people are walking. And they're like barely stepping over it. Like nobody's stepping on it, but it's close. He's on his knees, crawling with his underwear down to his knees, crawling on his hands, trying to grab this needle. The needle continued to roll into an alley. As Ernie approaches the alley on his hands and knees trying to grab his needle, he looks in the alley and he sees these two agents are fighting. I mean, they are beating each other down. They're doing martial arts and kicking each other in the face and punching. And one is a guy, one is a girl. The guy's name Father Time. So he has this needle in his hand with some kind of drug in it. She's like, no, this is my drug. We need this drug. And then she like, give me back the formula. Give me back the formula. It belongs to Scorpion. And he's like, no, you can't get it. And they fighting and going at it. At the same time, Ernie is trying to grab his needle because it rolled into the alley. Now, Ernie is so high, he thinks he sees a leprechaun and Medusa fighting. So he don't know what's going on. He just wants his drugs. Meanwhile, these two are going at it, and finally the female agent stabs Father Time in the chest and said, "Now I got the drug now." It's mine now. And Father Time like, no, you're mistaken. He punches her in the face, and she drops the drug, the needle, on the ground. And the two agents end up killing each other. They both shoot each other in the head at the same time. Now the two agents are dead. Now before they died, Father Time grabbed the needle off the ground and stuck himself, and was like, "Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening." He grabbed the wrong needle, so he grabs Ernie's needle by mistake. So again, the agents kill themselves. They're dead right there in the concrete. Ernie grabs the needle, shoots it up, thinking it's this drug, and it's not. It's the drug from the agent. So Ernie like, oh my God, this drug is powerful. Eddie's drug is getting better. This is some good stuff, right? Then all of a sudden, a blue hologram shows up in front of Ernie, asking asking him, where is Father Time? Like, who are you? And he's so high, he think he talking to a blue genie. He's like, a blue genie? She's like, no, she's dressed in like this commander suit, something like some G.I. Joe stuff, like a commander suit, right? And Ernie like, you know what's going on. So he said, it's him over there. So the hologram turns around. She sees the two agents are dead. One is Father Time, which I'm assuming was a good agent, and then the other girl, which was a bad agent. She's like, oh my God, for you to see me, he must have given you the drug as a last resort. Ernie is so high, he's like, oh yeah, I guess. I guess. She's like, you know what's going on right now? So that drug you're taking, it gives you super strength, super speed, and X-ray, and it allows you to see where this bomb that these bad guys had planted about to blow up the world. And he's like, what? She's like, no, I'm serious. We're gonna need your help. He's like, I ain't helping nobody. I don't care about none of these people. Let it blow up. I don't care, right? She's like, no, this is serious. No joke. In about 10 minutes, that bomb gonna go off, and only you can see where it's at. So he's like, no, I ain't doing nothing. She's like, what can I do to change your mind? He's like, anything? She's like, anything, just name it. This fool started naming off shit like, I want a suitcase full of cocaine. I want a clean hotel room with a blow-up doll. I want a flying Trans Am. Just all kinds of crazy shit, right? It want money, but maybe they want drugs, right? And she's like, okay, fine. We give it to you. You gotta try to help us. You gotta help us. And then he said, yeah. Finally, he said, yeah. All right. If I get all that, then I help y'all. But remember, I'm getting all that, right? And that's how the comic book ends for issue number 1. So I thought it was a great story. I thought the artwork was good enough to where even if you didn't have the dialogue in it and it just showed your artwork, that the artwork alone took you on that same ride. I mean, it took you to that bar. It really drew the pictures of how scummy the bar was and the type of people that was in the bar, and it paints a good picture of Ernie, how low he is. But then again, the storyline too, and with the dialogue, made it even more intense, But then it took that crazy twist by seeing that. I didn't expect to see agents fighting in the alley, and I didn't expect him to get the super serum, and I didn't expect him to be the one that's gonna be saving the world. So it was written really well, kept me wanting to read more and more, and even now I can't wait for 2. Because I'm trying to figure out how are they going to work, whoever this organization is, how are they going to work with the Scumbag, with Ernie, to get this guy to really, really help and become a true either super agent or superhero or whatever he's going to become. Crazy. It kind of had a feeling like Hancock. Remember Hancock with Will Smith? He was kind of like this superhero, but he didn't care. He was drinking a lot. He was on the bench, sleeping on the bench. It's kind of similar to that, but just the worst version of that, so good story, great artwork. I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to issue number 2, and you should read it too. Leave a comment down below about my review. Let me know if you're reading The Scumbag. If you are, do you like it? Do you not like it? And if you're not, pick it up. Also, since I'm new to collecting, I'm asking y'all professionals out there, what comic book should I be looking for to pick up next time I go to my local comic book store? Hit me up down below. It's your boy Sincere B. I'll talk to you soon. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.